Welcome to another episode of the Halfcast podcast. Today we have the BMF of the jetty. He's the current world record holder of the 3 metre flatty, and he's on the road to becoming Australia's fishing icon, I guess you would say. The next Rex Hunt.
Maybe.
Yeah, welcome, Willem Powerfish. Thanks for coming on.
No dramas.
So, first of all, I went and got kitted up at BCF, but you said you're banned from there?
Yeah. As soon as I walk in that joint, they just tell me to get the fuck out. Yeah, they don't like me.
And it's not because you've done anything there, that's the fishing community?
Yeah, the fishing community aren't a big fan of the powerfish.
Yeah.
I guess they feel a bit threatened by a world record holder and a bloke that fucks many blokes, but delicious. Yeah, it is what it is.
Delicious. So we're here in Tweed Heads where it all started. This is your first jetty. Obviously we didn't come that prepared because we didn't know what was going to happen out here. We didn't have the table, but we're working with what we got. Tell us how it got started.
So basically, look, I started fishing. My mother bought me a fishing rod. I thought fishing was, really crap. I caught my first fish and I was hooked, and I saw the fishing industry and I thought, it's just so clean, calm, and collective. There's no one really stirring the pot. There's, you don't have a real laugh while you're watching fishing. Yeah. It's just it's too serious. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go out there and be me and be a complete fucking idiot, and then hopefully make some people laugh.
So you like the Happy Gilmore of fishing?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
How you going, you dogs? The Powerfish here. We're back again, Fest Sessions Volume 2. Then we're going to make it rain chooks, you dogs. Chooks on fucking chooks. Now fuck off! What do you think you're doing, mate?
I thought it was the show.
The soul? The Powerfish's boat, mate.
No.
You stingray-looking motherfucker, eh?
Fuck.
Yeah, there's a fucking camera, you dog! Get out of here! Get out of here, you dog! Every dog has their day, mate!
No, it's I was watching some of the videos last night. It's hilarious. So some people obviously take it a bit more seriously than others. But there hasn't been any fights or confrontations. Like I know that a lot of people get obviously when you're going over their lines and frustrate the shit out of me.
Yeah. Look, my videos aren't for everyone. Some of the things I say are just outrageous, and I understand that. But look, some people like it, and it's just the internet. Not everyone's going to like everyone or what everyone does, So it's one of those things. But yeah, look, in public, I think people look at me more as a person while I'm doing it, as in, this guy, he's got to have mental health issues. I'm not going to touch him. He something's wrong with that bloke. So
yeah, which is what you say in some of the videos. So if you start with that, then people are like,
yeah, and that's what it is, But obviously, if I get smacked in the mouth or get thrown around, it just makes good content, So
just bust it, get your views going.
Yeah,
and like so. One of the big things I saw that you talk about, like anxiety and mental health issues, and that's just something that you've gone through.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've been struggling since I think I was about 16. Since then, and basically it's been anxiety, panic disorder. It's been some of the worst shit of my life, and I just thought if I could use my platform to reach out and talk to other people about it helps, Yeah. And they see the two sides of me. They see the moron side, but then they see the side of he's just a normal bloke. He's just struggling like the rest of us, or something like that.
Yeah. We've spoken a few times on the podcast now, and like I was explaining to you when I asked if you could come on, that we're trying to show how you can go from something bad and become the best or the top echelon of what you're doing, and I think you've been a prime example of that, like making something good out of something that's happened. So like you said, fishing was like you use that as like a relaxation, or like you went through that path, I think I saw, and I think just trying to show everyone that there's like better options than going down that wrong hope.
Yeah, hang on one second. Alex, you want to go tell Marley to calm down? Go on, mate. Come on.
Hurry up, Alex.
But yeah, look, what was the question?
Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll
No,
go next
no,
question.
seriously.
It was just about how
About fishing, how it.
like finding something and becoming the best. So, as a kid, obviously you go through these adversity, I guess,
Yeah.
and it's those lessons that have made you who you are, and
Yeah.
beating those adversities, becoming the best. So I just wanted to go.
I think that it wasn't about being the best fisherman. It was more about being a good entertainer.
Yeah,
You know, I enjoy. As much as I like doing the videos, it helps me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it help by these people watching it and laughing and saying all these comments and this great stuff, and it just makes me feel good about myself too. You know, it may sound weird, but yeah, the whole act of the powerfish and the world record holder, it's helped me more than anyone would ever know.
Yeah.
You know.
So we were just talking about this today, like Instagram removing that likes, I think has helped
Yeah.
people with that content because people are so worried about whether people like it or not. Whereas
Yeah.
you just put it up and then you get in the nice comments. It's probably 1% of the people who will say you're a dickhead and stuff, but that's not what you're worried
Yeah, and
about.
that's what comes with it. Look, the taking away the like thing was never a real big thing for me. I can see it myself anyway.
Yeah.
You know, anyone, you got your own profile,
Yeah.
you can see it.
Yep.
So, look, it's more of just a popularity thing. Like,
Yep.
I do miss it, you know, because I like it. Did I say I don't miss it, or did I say I?
Bit of both. No, you
I'm
don't
clogged.
miss it.
I'm
You don't
just-
miss it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit clogged up.
that's
But
all
look, I just, it's a good time.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this last night when you were talking about the anxiety and how to. So like, I saw your videos and like, there's no way I could do that. Like I was going through the airport and I was late for my flight, and I had to walk up to the front of the line, and every single person was looking at me, and I'm like, shit. I'm like, I didn't even want to push in. Then I had to yell out to the security guard. And everyone's just looking, because I'm the only tall brown guy in the crowd, so
Yeah.
I'm already making it. And I'm thinking about the videos. And I was like, bro, I don't know how you do it. Like you said, you already have anxiety, and then doing these videos where you're getting on the boat and driving this cunt's boat up the.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
that I can understand where you come from there, but I think there's different forms of anxiety.
Yeah.
You know, for me, like if I had to do what you said you just done, I would be having anxiety too.
Yeah.
But when I'm in character, it's kind of like I'm not myself. I'm still definitely nervous as shit. Like, and I am, you know, it's hard.
Yep.
But look, I just push through and do it, and you know, that's not just the only avenue with what I would struggle with for anxiety.
For sure. I can probably like relate to that in the way that you sort of disassociate yourself when you get into that character. It's the same with
Yeah.
fighting. Like when I turn on the fighting, I feel like I turn into a different person. You can't be beaten. Nothing can like hurt you.
Yeah.
Nothing can offend you. But then when you like turn off that character, that's
when you come back to it, and that's the thing, you know. So,
How did you create the character?
man, I think it was just always inside me. I
Yeah.
think I just knew that I had fucked a lot of blokes, and I just like taking the piss, and I like just saying outrageous shit.
Yep.
You know, I'm not a homophobic. Homophobic? How do you, what is it?
Not a homophobe.
Yeah, homophobe or anything like that. I've
Homophobic.
always joked about sucking cocks, kissing blokes, like
Yeah.
just all that sort of shit. It's
Joked or like how many we like?
like how many have I fucked?
Yeah.
No.
Number wise. What?
Yeah, I mean,
Hundreds,
triple
thousands?
digits.
Triple digits.
Triple
easy.
digits.
Yeah, that's right. That's experience there, my man.
But like it just came along. Like it was just one of the, and
The-
it just
the blokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, the
Oh,
outfit,
the-
the outfit, and the character, you know, and it just kind of went from there. One thing came along about being the world record holder, and the next thing, oh yeah, that's a hot bloke. I'd fuck him, like, and that came
And it
into
just
it.
added on.
Yeah, and it just kind of just, who knows, more might come along too. Like,
Yeah, for sure. And like, I don't know what area you live in, but there's a lot of junkies going around. Is it
Yeah.
this area? Is it Tweed Heads?
Oh
or-
yeah, Tweed Heads is a big influx, and it's a big mental health issue.
Yeah.
You know?
Is
and
it the ice? There's a lot of ice
a
around.
lot
here?
of ice.
Yep.
A lot of ice.
It's pumping.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
around
what
everywhere.
leads to the mental health. And
Yep.
you know, it's like when I started Instagram, I was doing a lot of videos posting junkies.
Yeah.
You know, making fun of them.
Yeah.
You know. And along the way, I kind of changed. I had a different perception of what I looked at, and then
I did notice that.
And then I took a step back, and I thought, hang on, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
these are just normal people, you
Yeah.
know, and they're going through a rough time.
Some of them are in a hole. Hey?
Yeah, and you know, and here I am putting shit on them. Like, you know,
Yeah.
how am I any better than them?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So you know, now I feel I feel for these people,
Empathy
man.
more.
Yeah, 100%.
And so building the character before that, you're Willem the photographer, and you also, and talking about those mental health issues, you were also experienced with it before, right? You did, you were working with mental disability?
Yeah, disability support worker. So
I'm not working with a disability. You're working with people.
Yeah. But done aged care, looked after people with ABIs and other mental illnesses.
That's very hard, right? Like seeing people like that.
It's very, very difficult job, and I loved it. And the only thing that took me out of that was water photography.
Yep.
You know, once I started doing that, and then I realised I could make a living out of that, I went to that.
And you were doing both at the same time?
Yeah, and then I just went full-time photography.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you so you had that as a living. When did you go from photography to like Powerfish?
Oh, Powerfish has only been around since
12 months, right?
Yeah, about a year. Yeah, but even from that period, I had a break of just doing nothing for about 12 months.
Yep.
I was just kind of cruising, and I was just like, "What am I going to do?"
Was that like a lost period, I guess, or
100%? Yeah, a lot of things in my life, like I've had a lot of good things, and I've lost a lot of good things.
Yep.
That's due to alcohol and gambling.
Yep.
Never really. I haven't taken drugs since I was, I think, the last time 17 years old.
Right.
So yeah, but alcohol and gambling are just as bad, you know.
For sure.
So.
And that's that addiction that it's the same as a lot of things. It takes you away from dealing with the problems that you need to deal with. So even when you drink that much, once you stop, it's still going to be there.
That's right.
So it's in that period. Do you think that 12 months off period was that where you sort of got to find yourself deal with a lot of that?
Very bad period of my life.
Yep.
That was probably I was pretty much on the end. Suicidal. Just kind of gave up.
Yeah,
you know, and it's still like that. You know, people, they come to me asking me questions for mental health. I don't have all the answers, you know, and I'm definitely not cured myself. I'm still struggling, you know. I'm still on medication, you know. So it's just one of the. I don't even. What was the question? No, but like
it's all good, man.
Yeah,
it's everyone's on that journey.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone has the ups and downs. Some have way lower downs. Some have way higher highs.
Yeah,
and I think it's about figuring out how to, I guess, guide that journey. And like no one knows.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I used to think, you know, why me? Why am I? You know, and then I used to look at everyone else. And I think they got such perfect lives. They don't have to, you know, blah blah. But you don't know what's going on in someone else's life,
especially with Instagram.
Oh,
all the good pictures they're putting
fake.
up. Yeah,
it's, you know, and it's one of those things. And anxiety and depression. People you wouldn't even think would have it, and they don't voice it. They're embarrassed, or they just don't feel it's normal to talk about it, or. You know, but unfortunately, I'm not sure what the percentages are, but I highly doubt there's many people out there that have no mental health issues at all.
Or have dealt with something that's put them on
nothing. Just live a perfect life. I don't think that exists.
I've found so I injured myself in 2018 and I've been off for about a year and a half. Okay. And same thing, man. You have really dark spots because I went from training 3 times a day, fighting at the top in front of thousands, and then all of a sudden, bang, you fall off. Yeah. People forget really quick, and there's nothing there. So you have those dark times. But what I found where I started getting a lot better is putting myself in that suffering. He was contemplating whether to go with it or not. I said, do it.
It looks like I'm sucking a dick.
That's it.
It's embarrassing, man. I don't even like vaping in public.
Yeah, and I'm glad you went with the big black one.
That's it. But I totally understand. Like, you know, if you're a fighter, I don't know much about it, but I know that.
Are you sure?
I don't. I don't know much about the UFC. I watch big fights. But it's like I don't know what goes into it. I know there must be so much like mentally as well that you put into that. And then if you're running a high and then all of a sudden you've just come down on this low, you're injured, you can't fight, you can't train, you can't, you know, you feel like shit.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one thing I've always known for, even with my mates and whoever's going through dramas. I was like, I don't know how to fix it psychologically, man, but I know if you get up in the morning, I go every morning at 4 a.m. to train, you get in the car with me, you'll be better after a week, 2 weeks.
Just force yourself to...
Just get in there and keep training.
Yeah.
Now that you've dealt, you're sort of hitting those high clouds of fame, I guess. I
wouldn't really... it's really odd, man, to be looked at as this dude that people like. I want to get a photo with you,
Yeah.
you know, or something like that. Like, it's like, fuck me, like, what's going on? Like,
It doesn't make sense to me.
No.
Like even now, people when they ask to take a photo with me, I was like, taking a photo with another man in a toilet stall is very weird.
but I
Taking
think
their hand.
I think that's different, you know, because you're an athlete,
Yeah.
you're a warrior, you're a fighter, you're a fucking machine, you know. But then you look at an Instagrammer or something,
Yeah.
you know. I don't know. I just
Yeah. I think it's what you're representing as well, that a lot of people getting behind it. Solid, like,
Yeah.
fans, like people that really like you. And like you said, if they dislike you, of course they're going to dislike you. But
Yeah.
the people that do like you really like you.
Yeah.
Like, we've been sitting here now and people have been yelling out the windows, yelling out stuff. So,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if it was good stuff, but
No, they just wanna-
they yelled out something.
they want to fuck me.
And has there been stuff that you've been running into now? The BCF thing, I guess, is something. But
Yeah, fuck those dogs.
I'm surprised they don't sponsor you, man. Like,
nah, look, I'm too much of a liability for
Yeah,
the brands.
that's true. They don't know
I
what
mean?
you're gonna
And
do.
a lot
Yeah.
of brands looked at me like that at the start, and they thought we want nothing to do with this guy. Now they hit me up.
Yeah.
Because they understand my fans, they're a very strong fan base.
Yeah.
I tell them to do something, they'll fucking do it.
Yeah.
They listen, you know, and it's one of those things, like, okay, like, an Instagram could have 1 million followers. He makes a merch line.
Yep.
He might sell fuck all because they don't feel connected
Yeah.
to that. Yeah, they follow him, they like his videos, and they want, you know, all that shit, but
Yep.
they don't feel connected. And I think that I got blown away when I started doing merch. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Like,
you're killing it, right?
I was like, well, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like,
I know. I'm gonna say it's.
I
enjoy
can't
it.
believe that these people are so, like, just loyal, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm so grateful to be in this position, and it's good because I do these Powerfish gift videos where I give back to families in need, you know. And
Man, I had that coming up to mention. That's a really cool thing. And
yeah.
and what made you decide that? Just because you're like, I guess, getting stuff that you wanted to give back.
Look,
and-
I've always been the kind of giving person. I may
Yep.
not look like that, and like, you can never judge a book by its
For sure.
cover. You know, I could say, hey, I done disability work. Yeah, fuck, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wanted to give back, and look, I'm not gonna lie, it's good PR. It
Yeah.
is. It really is. But at the same time, I enjoy doing it.
Yep.
And if I can be in that position to give it to them, like, it's heartbreaking. These people, they fucking need. And when you give them this money and you see the look in their eye, like, they're fucking so grateful, and it makes me feel good, and it makes my followers feel like they're a part of it as well, because they buy the merch, they watch the videos,
It's going
and
to that as
that's
well.
they're contributing to it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people will say, like, oh, you shouldn't record it if you're doing a good thing. I love it when you see
Yeah.
that, because you see so much bad shit. I'd rather see those good videos.
That's
that people
right.
are
Doesn't
getting.
matter. Who cares if they're recording it?
Yeah,
Like,
I
they're
love
still
it.
getting it.
Exactly.
Like, they're still getting help. Like, fuck you.
Yep.
You
And going back on how you said the people that, even with 1 million followers, it's the same as like the girl Instagrammers that have all those followers, and then they put up their makeup. Most of those guys are blokes that are
Yeah.
following her because they like hot girls.
100%.
So
100%.
I definitely do that. How's that anxiety? Like, I know you said you still got it, but now that you've like doing these videos, you're out talking to more people. Has that helped and lowered it?
I guess my anxiety's never been social anxiety.
Yeah. Oh, right.
It's never really been to, like, I still get a little bit or a bit nervous, but it's never really to been sitting down with you right now, and
Yeah.
then, you know, it's not been about that. And I think that, look, anxiety, like I said before, there's so many different
Yeah.
parts of it.
Yep.
Like, I'll just be sitting at home, all of a sudden, my heart just starts racing, feels like I'm going to fucking die, my hands and feet are sweating,
Yeah.
I just go in full panic mode, and it feels like you're on a drug and you
Yeah.
want to get off it. Everything
Yeah.
becomes surreal. It's the most fucking scary shit, and it just creates fear, and that fear's inside you, and
Yeah.
that's like one of the things that happened to me, and that would be classic, maybe panic disorder.
Yeah. And is that a subconscious thing? Is that from past stuff that's happened? But
I
or
think
is it
that
something
everything
triggers?
stemmed from smoking marijuana.
Oh, really?
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't agree with that, saying marijuana would trigger anything like that. But
Yeah.
look, for me, I can't see anything else. It
Yeah.
might have came on without it. Who knows? But yeah, I feel marijuana really fucked me up.
Well,
Um,
which is, like you said, against what a lot of people say, but some people it does, right?
but at the same
it
time,
has
right
happened
now,
to
I'm
you.
taking medicinal. I'm taking CBD. I'm taking seed hemp oil.
but without THC, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know, at the same time, it's like, fuck, the shit fucked me up.
Yep.
And now I'm taking it to try and help me, but without the THC.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So we were actually going to do the video at Fresh Ink.
Yeah.
And originally, that's my boys Joshy's. Shout out Joshy, he's fighting tonight. I'll be cornering him. But I just wanted to talk about. We wanted to do it because I wanted to get you to get tattooed or something.
No more tattoos.
No more tattoos. But
Nah.
that's what we wanted to ask. I wanted to ask about some of the tattoos. Like I was showing my wife last night some of the tattoos. She was like, "Does that say die on his face?" And I was going to go get it tattooed for now, but I just didn't. I didn't know if she would be that happy when I came back.
Yeah,
But is there a story behind all of them, or is so?
Look, they don't mean anything. I think it's just the more of I just look at them. I know exactly what was going on in my life at that time when I got them. You know, the die is just so it's fucking out there, and I was going for a very rough time a lot in my life, and I hated the world, and I was just so angry, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get this in my face. I want people to hate me more. Fuck everyone. And it was just real. That's like a lot of my tattoos. Like they're a lot of negative, like life sucks. There's negative shit all over me. And it's.
And that was like you said at that time where you're like that woe is me, right?
Yeah.
Like where everyone's against the world.
Yeah,
me,
and
right?
I can look back at it, and I can look at the tattoos, and then I can look at that and think, if people say get them removed, I'm like, nah, because it reminds me of. I don't want to forget who I was or what I was doing. Like that's me. And unfortunately, not everyone likes tattoos, or not everyone's going to like what you're fucking wearing.
Yeah.
Like.
And can you see that you're past that point, like that? Or do you understand? Can you see like yourself retrospectively, like how you were thinking then, and see that was?
Yeah, I definitely can. My mind's a lot clearer now that I'm not gambling or binge drinking.
Yeah.
So I can look back on it. But as I said, like I'm still going through it every day, and I just enjoy doing the videos and all that sort of stuff to try and brighten other people's day.
Yeah, and that's definitely I don't know if that's the whole thing, but that's got to be definitely a big part of the alcohol, because a lot of people say, "Oh, just stop alcohol," but you've got to find something to fill that void.
That's right.
Because even if it's not an addiction, like you just stop, there has to be something fun to do, because drinking alcohol is fun, right?
That's right.
So you have to find something fun to fill that in. Otherwise, you're just going to keep drinking. When you're not doing anything and someone goes, "Come drink," you're going to keep drinking.
That's right.
So
it's a what is it? Drinking's a depressant.
yeah.
So fuck, you're depressed and you're going to drink. You're going to feel great you might not even feel great when you're drunk.
Yeah.
But afterwards, you feel fucked.
Yeah,
it fucks you up,
even
man.
More of a whole. I think it says it lowers the time that you think about the consequences of stuff.
I think everything in moderation.
Yep.
I think that, man, we don't need alcohol or drugs to have a good life. Fuck the world is fucking amazing.
Yep.
The jetty's fucking amazing. Look at the jetty. Yeah, you get that? Look at the people. Look at the dogs. Look at them. Fucking hell, blokes on
They're
blokes.
out here trying to have a good time, and then someone
I know,
comes and
we should go
fucks
make
up their
it
whole day.
We should make it a shit time. But
well, we'll get into that. we got to do something on the jetty before we jet.
hey, those windows still down? Yeah, okay, good.
Oh, he's come
That's
on,
my
mate.
manager. Well, he's meant to be, but he's actually the worst. He's actually the videographer too, but he's fucking terrible. Hey, Alex, say hello.
Aren't you supposed to be doing the video, Alex? Oh, come on, man. But like that, we were talking about on the way here how you can't predict social media.
Yeah.
Like it's so hit and miss. Like
Yeah.
even now that you're on this rise that you've hit, you never know. It only takes one thing, right, for everyone just to. I think Jordan Peterson was like, it's like 100-foot wave.
Yeah.
And when you ride a 100-foot wave, you usually drown. So like
That's it.
eventually it's going to hit something. So what's some of the roadblocks that you've hit? Have they like I guess I'm sure there's some bullying going on the
DMs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, death threats. You want to bash me? You want to do all this stuff? But I just reply. You want to fuck me? Like
it really breaks the barriers, doesn't it?
Like at the end of the day, I've had one guy in person come up to me in public and confront me.
Yeah.
Basically, he was very, very frustrated. I tried calming the situation down. It calmed down, but he was very, very. And I get it.
Yeah.
I do. I get it. like
Frustrated about your videos or just the look of you?
Yeah,
Like, oh.
nah, both. Probably both.
But like it sounds like it was just a fight rather than
There was going to be something happening, you know,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, I can't fight.
yeah. So when you pulled down your pants, you knew that was.
That's it. I was going to suck him dry. And
Yeah.
Whatever. But
No, the only thing is, like, when you keep joking about that, when you meet someone who's like, all right, let's do it, how far do you go till...
what about fucking him?
Yeah, how, like, do you... Because you said...
Oh, like a random, and I'm like, oh, you want to fuck?
Yeah, you want to fuck it, then they go, yes. And
Yeah,
then
they go, yeah, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But they don't come.
Yeah.
And we
Well,
both
why?
know
Because
we're
you're not good
going.
enough? Or
Nah, well,
they
like,
don't come because... Oh, no, come too...
in me.
Oh.
No, they know. Everyone. Look, I've had messages. Well, I've done it. I never put my partner on my Instagram story. Never in the social media world would I put my partner.
Yeah.
But there's been sometimes in reflection you can see her or something, and people they get upset. You know, some people think I am gay and I fuck blokes, and they say, "What? You fucking lying to us all?" Like, it's like, whoa, man. Like, you need to
I don't know if you know the world record holder about the 3 meter platy. Like,
yeah, like, you know, or some people really think that I am trying to say I caught a 3 meter.
Yeah.
Like,
which you are.
look, I'm the world record holder, but the photo got damaged, and we don't have it anymore.
Ah, devastating. Devastating. I hope you brought one of those inflatable 3 meter flatties.
Yeah, wow, that's been quite the drama dealing through China.
Of course. Coming
Coronavirus.
with the corona, yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's been full on. A lot's been getting shut down from all angles.
But, you know, that's the only thing I've done. Everything's made in Australia. It's all Australian cotton, like,
Yeah.
you know.
So the one time...
Yeah, it's one of those things. But that's his fault.
Oh, the manager.
The manager.
Alex, that's 2. That's 2 in 5 minutes. Don't blame it on the coronavirus. Look, you just haven't sorted shit. Yeah, well, that really took out my whole section about the gift giving, but
yeah, look, we're going to be doing more.
yeah.
The gift, I'm going to continue that for sure.
And that's all out of your own pocket, right?
Well, it
obviously
is, but
from
it's
the people that
buying merch,
and,
you know.
Yeah. So where do you plan on taking it? Like, I notice you stay pretty far away from mainstream. You're not selling out. Like,
yeah.
When are we going to see Powerfish sell out? Like,
enough money, yeah.
Yeah,
sure. But, like, at the end of the day, it won't want to stop me doing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
it won't want to stop me talking to people about mental health or giving money to people in need.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately,
for sure with the gift giving.
Unfortunately, I can't help everyone, and that's the sad thing. You know, I get a lot of messages from people saying, "Oh, you know, you said you were going to help people. You didn't help my friend." Yeah. It's like, fuck, dude. I'm not God.
Yeah. And that's it, changing the world one person at a time, right? You can't fix everyone, but you can do your best to help it.
And there's a few things I want to do. Like I did a while ago, we got a houseboat. We told people to come down. We done giveaways, and then we took, I think, 10 people on board.
Oh, nice.
And, you know, we all had some drinks and we had a laugh, and we took them all out, and we heard a lot of their stories, and a lot of them were struggling as well, and it was good to do that. So I want to incorporate that again and do something with that, with mental health, maybe have a speaker on board, to a life coach or something, you know. Do some of really cool. Do some more of those sort of things, so it can incorporate into that as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you get into there and give the speaking roles? It's like, I guess even the speakers, it's just about their life story, right? And
that's it, you know. Or they have like some tools, and that's what we want to do, have a speaker, give some tools to people that can leave the boat and then say, hey, and use those tools when they're going through something, you know, something like that. So that would be fucking cool. Like, you know, we got a lot of things we want to do, but to put them into plans is different, you know, to get it happen. Sure. It takes time and stuff.
What are the lessons that you could pass on, I guess, that have helped you beat the anxiety or the panic?
See, that's the thing. I don't think I have answers or really lessons. I've had maybe a couple of things that I've used that have helped me, but it's not always going to help everyone. And like I said before, I'm still struggling. So if anything, doing those boat things would benefit me just as much as everyone else.
That's cool. I do like that. So the last couple of things, I wanted to see if you could give any advice to anyone trying to get into YouTubing or the videos, starting off, make the content, get it out.
Man, how would you? Yeah, you just got to be you.
Yeah.
Like, I know fucking, like we spoke before about social media, how fake it is.
Yep.
And it is. It really is fake. And to try and tell someone to be you, you know, if you be yourself, you might not gain followers, but if you fake who you are, you're going to get heaps.
Yep.
I guess it's just up to you how you want to act and what kind of road you want to take it. And everyone's different. And look, just because someone says, hey, go out there, put all your effort into it, you'll make it. That's not necessarily true. You know, you could be slogging away for years and you might still only have a small following.
Yeah.
You know, it's just if people like you or they don't like you.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, is that bad advice?
No.
That's pretty bad. Eh?
Be yourself. Be yourself.
Yeah, be
essentially, right?
yourself. You know, fuck.
And just how far do you want to take this? Like, what's your projections of what you're gonna do with this? Do you have any big, like, the goals, right? Where it's gonna go? Like you said, you want to get more boats with the
and do more mental health stuff, more Powerfish
That's the direction.
videos, and then hey, maybe even do podcasts.
Yeah,
because that seems
sure.
like a big thing these days.
Yeah,
but just kind of cruise with it and just enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, we were just talking about that as well. Like, there's now the podcast thing is just flooded. There's so many people doing podcasts, so where we might be not change the direction, but implementing new stuff to just differentiate ourselves from it.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we're gonna have Mick Fanning and Jackson Doherty on. So
try and
Jackson. Do you know him?
Yeah, because I done a podcast with, do you know the Butts man?
I do. The beard.
Yeah, I did one with him, and then the next day he was doing Jackson.
Oh,
yeah.
Looks like we're just following behind him.
But
chasing his tail.
Yeah, like direction of what? Did I already answer that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So
look, if I could say anything to anyone, it'd be like, fuck, I don't need you to like me. You know what I mean? I'm just out here trying to have a laugh, trying to make people laugh. And trying to have a good time, and if you can't accept that and you don't like it, too fucking bad.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
all right. So, final questions. What's the key message you would want to give to your kids?
Like my children?
Yeah. Do you have children?
8.
Yeah. 8.
I don't have any kids.
Yeah. So if I did, what was the key message that you would want to give them?
I would say one thing. I would say one thing, and I would say, you're not a man until you've had a man. That's it.
Good lesson. That's a good lesson.
No, but like, fuck. What would you say? Have you got kids?
Nah, it scares the shit out of me.
Like, yeah.
But I like that lesson because then it's something that you wish you would have learned or that you know now that you would like to pass on to someone who's going to be.
That's man. Fuck. Yeah. Just have a good time. Don't hurt anyone. Fuck. Be genuine and be true to yourself. I don't know what else. Yeah.
Nice. I don't really know, but I read that once. If you could change one moment in your life, not regret it. If you could change one moment in your life or relive it, what was that moment?
Probably my youth and taking drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be it. Because I look back at everything now, and I look back to then when I was smoking a lot of weed and I was taking ecstasy and all that, and I think, fuck, why? Why did I do that? Because now I fucking struggle so much because of that. And then I think, hang on, if I didn't do that, would I be the person I am today?
100%.
You know?
All of those created.
Is it that bad to live?
Yep.
Is it that bad to live with anxiety and depression? Like, you know, and then sometimes had suicidal thoughts. I know it's fucking terrible, but on the other hand, I look at it and I look at other people that are doing way worse off, you know, and they got cancer or fucking, you know, and you think, fuck, have I just got to fucking open my eyes and see the bigger picture?
Yeah.
You know?
And now the stuff that has come from that, because of that, so Powerfish and helping people with mental health again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get what you mean there. All right, so 5 people, dead or alive, that you would want to have dinner with.
Rex Hunt.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart. Hugo Furman. Will Smith. Pamela Anderson.
I think that's 5.
Okay,
that's 5. But you had plenty more to go, eh? And what's the legacy that you want to leave?
I just want to be known as the bloke was the world record holder and made people have a laugh.
That's the one.
Yeah, I think that's
nice, man.
basically it.
Willem, thank you very much again, brother, and I hope we catch up soon.
No worries. Actually, I've actually got something for you, Tyson. If you just want to come with me, I've got something you might like.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay.